All right, today we're taking a guided tour of a real powerhouse in Pakistan's medical world, Shaheed Zulfiqar Ali Bhutto Medical University. You've probably heard of it as SZABMU. We're going to see how it's not just about training doctors, but really pioneering what's next for healthcare. Think AI and robotics. So let's dive right in.
So, our tour starts right in the heart of Pakistan's capital, Islamabad. And you know, being located here isn't just about a nice address, it really puts SZABMU at the center of everything. National policy, healthcare leadership, giving it a unique kind of influence all across the country.
So to get a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about, let's just start with a number. Over 8,000 students. That's not just a big school, that is a massive, massive pipeline of new medical talent.
And what that number really means is that right now, thousands of future doctors, dentists, and specialists are being trained under one roof. This one institution is actively shaping what the future of Pakistan's entire healthcare system is going to look like.
Okay, so what is SZABMU's role in the grand scheme of things? Well, it's a premier public university and was basically designed from the ground up to be a leader, to pioneer and shape medical education for the whole country.
And this isn't just any university. It's a public institution. And get this, the President of Pakistan is its chancellor. That's not just some honorary title. It really shows that SZABMU operates with the highest level of national importance and backing. It's a big deal.
You know, every great institution has an origin story. And SZABMU is all about incredible speed. It went from just an idea in a legislative act to a fully functioning university in what feels like record time.
I mean, just look at how fast this all happened. The university was officially established by an act of parliament in March 2013, right? And by January 2014, that's less than a year later, it was already welcoming its first students. That kind of speed tells you this was a clear, urgent national priority.
All right, so let's get to the core of it. What can you actually study at SZABMU? Well, the short answer is pretty much everything in the medical field.
The university offers programs in over 50 different disciplines. And we're not just talking about variety for variety's sake. This is about creating deep, specialized expertise across the entire spectrum of healthcare, from what happens in the lab all the way to the operating room.
This whole academic world is built on 4 core faculties. You've got basic sciences, dentistry, medicine, and surgery. Together, they create this really comprehensive structure that guides students from that foundational knowledge to becoming highly specialized practitioners.
The path for a student here is super clear and progressive. It all starts with those foundational degrees in medicine and dentistry. After that, graduates can choose to specialize in one of 45 different residency programs, or they can dive really deep into research with MPhil and PhD tracks. It's a complete pathway from day one as a student to becoming an expert.
Now, SZABMU's influence goes way, way beyond just its main campus. It's actually the anchor for this huge network of colleges and institutions. Let's break down how that actually works.
So, the network has 2 main parts. First, you've got the constituent colleges. Think of these as the core schools run directly by the university. But then there's this wider web of over 20 affiliated institutions. These are independent colleges that follow SZABMU's curriculum and meet its standards, which just massively expands its reach and influence.
But where do all these thousands of students get their hands-on, real-world experience? Well, that happens at the Pakistan Institute of Medical Sciences, or PIMS. As the official teaching hospital, PIMS is the critical link where all that academic knowledge gets turned into actual life-saving clinical skill.
But here's the thing. SZABMU isn't just focused on today. It has a very clear, very ambitious vision for what the future of medicine and medical education should look like. The university has laid out a serious roadmap for the future, with this whole wave of innovative new programs set to launch starting in 2026. And this is where we start to see a real shift toward next-generation medicine.
And just look at what's coming. These upcoming programs show a really clear strategy. We're talking about integrating artificial intelligence across the board, plus these super specialized diplomas in things like robotic surgery and lifestyle medicine. This isn't just about adding new classes, it's about fundamentally preparing graduates for the medicine of tomorrow, which is all about technology and prevention.
So this brings us to one last really big question. As a national institution that's training thousands of students and leaning so heavily into innovation, SZABMU is really in a position to transform medicine in Pakistan. The question isn't if it will change healthcare, but just how profoundly its vision for AI and robotics will reshape it for generations to come.